I was quite greedy with inspiration. I mean, I take inspiration from so many people, even a cobbler, a trader. Love about my profession is I'm able to empower people. Like I describe myself, I said my CEO is not a chief executive officer, it's a catalyst empowering others. I'm a student of life. I'm always learning, I'm always asking questions. I felt I'm always hungry for opportunities. I'm always hungry for a big picture. I'm always hungry for something that is going to impact as many people as possible. Well, financial service is about money. Money is very important. The broader the responsibility, the bigger the opportunities I create for other people, and also grow them as individuals to also learn from their experience. I lead from behind. I design the responsibility collectively with the team, and I ensure that those targets that we set for ourselves are. Challenges will always be there in life. You just need to understand that it's rather to make you strong, it's rather to encourage you to keep moving.
I am your host Gaurav Garg and we welcome all our viewers to our show Ghana Mentor under the banner Believe in Future. Today with us is Mr. Farouk. He is an African entrepreneur with a strong commitment of Africa's economic growth. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Premium Africa Holdings. Mr. Farouk holds a number of international appointments. He is the Secretary General of Global Chamber of Business Leaders, International Partner of the World Angel Business Investment Forum, Holding Director of the Global Wealth Council, Africa Ambassador of Asia CEO Community, Board Member of World Innovation Alliance, Senior Advisor of Unimere University Italy, and Vice Chairman of African Institute of Small Scale Mining. Mr. Farouk works closely with Office of 5 African Presidents on various innovations lead towards the economic transformation of their respective countries. Mr. Farouk has numerous awards in his kitty. Some of them are African Business Leader of the Year at the 28th edition of the World HRD Award in India on 15 February 2020. Pan-African Business Icon of the Year at 2020 edition of Ghana Youth Excellence Award. He was awarded the Order of the Noble Hand of Honor by the Pan-African Leadership and Entrepreneurship Development Center in September 2019, alongside the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia and other global leaders. The list is endless. It's a pleasure to welcome Mr. Farouk to our show, Ghana Mentor, under the bannership of Believe in Future. Welcome, Mr. Farouk.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here.
So tell us about your childhood and what all memories make you happy and sad.
I had a very interesting childhood. I lived in a part of Ghana. It was a new area that had come up and it was very middle class. And then my parents who were very entrepreneurial at that time. So at the mercy of my relatives, cousins, even neighbors. So I realized that this weekend I'm with this family, the next weekend I'm there, this other weekend I'm with a different family. And it made it very interesting. It made it created an opportunity for me to be able to live with different people and different circumstances. So I adapt to different environments. Even as a child, I was very entrepreneurial. I was very enterprising. I would always find things to do to create some value for myself. I remember I started a football club where the players were much older than I was. I started a backyard poultry farm. I was always having issues with my parents because I was trying to live ahead of my time. Every time they're trying to scold me, stop, what are you doing? Why are you trying to, so it was quite an interesting upbringing. The part that is a mixed reaction because my father was always on the move. I had enough of him, but deliberately make time for us and stay home with us. But most often we didn't really have much of him because he was also an entrepreneur and he had also started building his business at that time. So he was always on the move, So that's some memories of my childhood that I have.
So where did you completed your schooling from?
I started basic school at a place called Datus Complex, and then I advanced to St. Augustine's College, and then I went to the University of Cape Coast. It's one of the toughest universities here in Ghana, but it molds us. And then I also went to, I did some programs training at the Ghana Stock Exchange. Right from there, I just took the plunge into my entrepreneurial journey, But in between this, I took courses right here and there just to suit every enterprise that I was about to
What was your dream profession and was it constant or it kept on changing by seeing inspirational people?
As a child, I would be a businessman because I saw my father run his own business. I see my mother run her own business. I see how people come to report to them. I see how they are able to pick up somebody and create a job for the person and transform the person's scenario. So I've always wanted to be like my parents, a business person, own my own business. So I'm actually in my dream profession, an entrepreneur. As a young entrepreneur, when I started my journey, I'm a big beneficiary of motivational speakers. I made sure I'm at every seminar that had a motivational speaker speaking. I was always looking for material, looking for motivational books that kind of inspire me and make me stay grounded to my vision. I had a lot of mentors. I had people that I would reach out to them. There are times where I put in an appointment, sounds so very matured on the phone. I get to the office and the front desk person is wondering, is this a person coming to see our boss? It's so young. And the person comes out and is rather surprised and inspired that I really want to come and discuss something about, learning to become a business person. So growing up, I had a lot of people that actually guided and mentored me. And I made, deliberate attempts to actually meet these people, and they kind of guided me, and they also point to a few opportunities here for me. I also volunteer to help them in terms of whatever they are doing aside their main line of work. So by the time I was midway through my journey as an entrepreneur, I was quite networked.
Any college or school memory that makes you laugh and cry when you remember about that?
I was very entrepreneurial when I was on campus. So one time I was actually involved in the creative arts. I tried to build a one classroom block for an orphanage whilst I was in the university. For some reason, I was able to get a high power delegation from the French embassy in Ghana. And then I didn't know they were going to come in such a diplomatic and flamboyant manner. And I was on campus waiting for these delegates, and they came with the motorcade and the siren. And so the school authorities were very surprised that who is this student that has been able to draw such high level delegation to come to the university to come and look for him and engage him without actually going through the high level authority on campus. So I kind of got into trouble with that. It was very surprising, and the authorities had to scold me and said, look, we really admire what you've done, but there are protocols. These are very high power delegation. When they are coming to an institution like this, there are protocols. So it was quite a memorable time for me on campus. But it showed my resilience. It showed that I'm somebody who is unstoppable. And from that situation, I became friends with the authorities. And today we still have a healthy relationship with most of them.
Who was your inspiration in your childhood?
I was quite greedy with inspiration. I take inspiration from so many people. I'm a person who would take an inspiration from even a cobbler, a trader, anybody that's making an effort to change their situation. There are times where even in my neighborhood, I'll go and look for somebody who is not perceived as done well, is considered poor, and I would try and get close to them. I see this person is trying to get back on their feet. So when it comes to inspiration, I'm very greedy with it. I have a broad scope of inspiration and it's wide. And it really helps me to stay grounded and keep pushing, because inspiration is very much needed in this journey as an entrepreneur.
Where did you start your career journey from?
Well, I started my career journey from an NGO called Skills for Youth Empowerment. It's a non-profit organization. They support entrepreneurs. They support young people with skills. It was in Ghana here. So that is where I started my profession.
What's that one thing you love about your profession the most?
What I love about my profession is I'm able to empower people. Like I describe myself, I said my CEO is not a chief executive officer. It's a catalyst empowering others. So I'm a catalyst and I like to empower people. My activities is able to transform people's lives from a very down dispensation to a higher dispensation where they are able to fend for their families. It's something that I've been very passionate about, and it makes me love my job.
As people generally say that social media friend does not help you in your career journey. What's your thought behind this statement?
I have a different experience. I've met some people on social media that have been very impactful in my journey. Some have helped my business. I've had very terrible experiences with some of them, but I don't call that terrible. I say that I've been empowered. I've learned about them. I've learned who is who. I'm a student of life. I'm always learning. I'm always asking questions. For me, my experience is different. I've met some very quality people on social media, and some have become business partners.
You started your entrepreneur journey as a founder and executive director, Institute of Financial Literacy, and then started your journey as an employed person. Any particular reason for the shift?
I felt I'm always hungry for opportunities. I'm always hungry for a big picture. I'm always hungry for something that is going to impact as many people as possible. As you can rightly see, I'm quite involved in a lot of international organizations because it offers me the opportunity to also contribute to a bigger conversation. That's why I actually gravitate more towards this global presence of impacting and contributing my quota to the global economy.
You are mainly into financial services. So, what's that one thing that attracts you the most towards the financial services profession?
Well, financial service is about money. Money is very important. As an entrepreneur, I started an enterprise called Institute of Financial Literacy, where we educate people on how to manage their personal finances. So financial services is a very important part of development. It's part of personal growth. It's part of economic growth. So it's a very, 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 very critical component of business and economic development. Financial literacy is very important. It's one that we have to take seriously.
What all challenges did you face while starting your entrepreneur journey?
It has always been identifying the right people to work with. You might be a very passionate person, somebody who's resilient, somebody who understands that there are down moments, but to find people who would appreciate it's not an easy journey. It's one that will require some level of resilience, people being resolute, and people need to understand that there's a long-term vision. It's quite difficult to find the right people to work with. People want to have it easy. People want to jump into an enterprise and the next couple of weeks is all rosy, but it's not like that. It takes time, it takes commitment, it takes hard work. And to identify people with such mindset has always been a challenge. But fortunately, on this journey, I've been able to identify the right people. Yes, there have been a few bad experiences, but in my current situation, I have some very formidable partners, and it's really helping us to grow as a company.
What type of project and country generally your company helps in financial services?
ezipay is actually in 10 African countries. We're about to launch Zambia and Dubai fortnight. When I say 10 African countries, I mean Sierra Leone, Guinea, Senegal, Ghana, Liberia, Uganda, Cameroon, and so the list goes on.
Who is your mentor in your life?
I had a mentor called thebigger. He was CEO of Cow Brokers. He was an investment wing of Cow Bank. Cow Bank is one of Ghana's biggest banks. It's an indigenous bank. He was a mentor, became a business partner, and now he's a brother. At times, some mentorship is not really about sitting down and having a conversation. But the more you work closely with this person, you pick certain lifestyle, you pick certain principles. Ganesh is a very humble person, very result-oriented. He doesn't stop until the job is done. He has a very good sense of people management. But I also have a few other mentors who actually guided my journey. My father is also a good mentor to me because he's a businessman. He's very committed to what he does. He's always been hardworking. From a child, I've seen my father always going out to work, even on a weekend. So, and he also has a very good sense of, community when it comes to Sundays, where he reaches out to various communities to also contribute his time through weddings, other ceremonies, chieftaincy. He's also part of the Muslim intelligentsia when it comes to Ghana. So I take a lot of inspiration from my father. He's been a very good example for me, and he's a mentor. A lot of times people are looking for places to find mentors, but it's right there in their homes. My mother has also been a very good mentor. She's very religious. She doesn't joke with her prayers, and these are some of the things you pick from home. So at times we shouldn't look far for mentors. We should look right in the house. There are mentors in the houses too.
You play numerous roles at the same time. You are Senior VP, ezipay.africa, CEO, Premium Africa Holdings, Managing Partner, Akon Lighting Africa, Jury Member Hult Prize Foundation, and many other roles that you play. Where do you get so much of energy and how do you manage your time?
I get that question a lot. But for me, what happens is with every appointment or enterprise that I get, I see that as an opportunity to also create jobs for other people or also create opportunities for specifically a younger generation. So with each appointment, I activate a team where I draw people involved, somebody who's in charge of my communication, somebody who's in charge of strategy. So you realize that with every appointment, I have 2 or 3 people join. So all I do is I delegate, I share the responsibilities to these people, and everybody delivers on, specific assignments. So I receive the reports and then I give feedback. Let's do this, let's do that. So the broader the responsibility, the bigger the opportunities I create for other people, and also grow them as individuals to also learn from their experience. And through this, I'm also able to impact on a younger generation.
Tell us about your offerings, Premium Africa Holdings.
Well, Premium Africa is an African-focused investment company. Well, we are actually a holding company, so we have equity in various projects. We're in Liberia and Sierra Leone. Liberia, currently we are advising on a housing project. It's the biggest housing project in Liberia. I'm the lead consultant there. It's a project that seeks to solve the Liberian housing deficit. It's a 2,000 housing unit project. It's in collaboration with Millennium Construction and then the government of Liberia. And so we're also working with the Ministry of Agriculture, where we're trying to establish a tractor assembling plant where all the assembling will be done in Liberia, to also build local capacity of the youth, train them in assembling and repairing tractors. So we have the sample tractors are in Liberia now. We are developing a showroom where we have a makeshift assembling center. We are waiting for other components of the assembly unit to arrive in Liberia, and then we take off. In Ghana, we're also consulting for a few organizations here. And then that's why in recent times, I'm always going to Dubai, because we are also advising a few high net worth individuals. We've also signed a strategic partnership with the Office of His Royal Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Al-Qasimi, and trying to see how we're going to drive investment from the UAE to Africa. So we have a broad scope of work that we do. And like I said, it's a holding company. We have stakes in various organizations and projects.
Tell us about your roles and responsibility as CEO of Premium Africa Holdings.
My role is very simple. It's just to lead a company to attain the vision that we've set for ourselves, to delegate as much as possible. I like to say that I lead from behind. My officers are always in front. So as a leader, you need to lead from behind. And then it's like somebody who's leading a flock of cattle. Because you are behind, you're able to see whether they are moving in the right direction or not. So I like to lead from behind. We have country managers who are managing various, activities that we are involved in. So on a daily basis, I'm waiting for reports. When the reports come, I look at what we have and also advise on the direction. I also, if there's any need for strategy, I call a meeting. We discuss as a team. I like to call our employees as junior partners, because the strategy for Premium Africa is not to really employ, but to get these young people to be part of the company and also share in the financial gratification that each enterprise comes with. So I lead from behind. I design the responsibility collectively with the team, and I ensure that those targets that we set for ourselves are attained. I'm very tough when it comes to, getting the results that is needed, because at the end of the day, is what will set us apart from other organizations.
So there are numerous awards in your kitty. How was your feeling, and what was your first award which you got?
The first recognition I had was one that actually really inspired me on this Africa vision, because when the letter came, I asked the organizers, they said, we like the way you think, we like the way you're playing advocacy for entrepreneurship. And the citation said, a global touch bearer. That was several years back. And that statement has actually impacted my journey. From there, I've received 40 under 40 awards in Ghana, West Africa Enterprising Young Entrepreneur of the Year 2019 in Nigeria. I've also, even in Mumbai in 2020, African Business Leader of the Year. So these recognitions are not ones that makes me feel like I've arrived, but is one that inspires me to keep going and stay focused on the vision. And then also I appreciate the fact that yes, people are watching what I'm doing in terms of advocacy and trying to project Africa and even my own country, Ghana. So it's been quite encouraging, and I don't take these awards for granted.
Do awards motivates you to do more?
Exactly, they do, because then I feel like I haven't reached my fullest potential. But if I've been recognized at this stage of my journey, then if I do more, then it's going to be an exciting journey, and it's also going to inspire other people. I have other people in my circle who are mostly down and always thinking about the negatives, always complaining. But such enterprises, such activities, such recognition also tells them that, look, I mean, Farouk is not as special or anything different from us, but if within all these challenges he's making these strides, then we can also be encouraged to do same. So it's worthwhile.
What was the most challenging phase of your life?
I've always had challenge in my journey as an entrepreneur. Some are very personal challenges. Some are even ones that I look at these challenges and then I ask myself, how am I able to even get to this point? So challenges will always be there in life. You just need to understand that it's rather to make you strong. It's rather to encourage you to keep moving. And I say that these challenges rather mold you. It will mold your journey. It will mold. It's like even gold and diamond. Before you get the refined diamond, it has to go through a lot of very, very tough scenarios. Gold, it has to be burned. After burning gold, they will hit it several times before it comes out very refined. So all these challenges I see is part of molding me to become this very, very enlightened and focused business person that I am. So I embrace all my challenges. I don't let it stop me in any way. And even in my down moments, even in bad health condition, I will still try and work. I mean, it's about the focus. Challenges are very important on our journey. So I embrace every challenge, and it excites me that I get challenges because it brings the best out of me.
What's your definition of success?
I don't define success as in monetary terms. Success is how many people you've also impacted, how many lives you've changed. Because at the end of the day, everything that we see here in this world is vanity. We're not going to take it anywhere. So it's about how many people's lives you've changed, how many circumstances you've impacted, who has heard something up from you and also be inspired. So for me, success is mainly about impact, how many lives you've impacted. So that's what I define by success, and it keeps me grounded and it motivates me to do more.
If you were able to get time machine, which phase of your life will you roll back?
I've had quite an interesting journey, and I would like to, when I started as my journey as an entrepreneur, because I have had very fond memories of some of the very daring, scenarios and circumstances I had to find myself. And it's interesting how I navigated through this, moments in my life. And I look back and I say, wow, it's very inspiring. So I really like to go back to that time.
What all are do's and don'ts you would suggest while starting your career journey?
I think what you need to do is be honest about your circumstance. If people reach out to you and ask you if you can do something, just say, I will do my best. I promise to give it my best shot. Don't overpromise. And also, greed is something you should eschew, because once you are greedy, you make very bad decisions. You make decisions that will come back to haunt you. So I think honesty is very important, staying focused, and also be mindful of the people you identify with. Because if you have a vision, you need to find people who are also visionary in their thinking, and you realize that you are in the right space. So networking with the right people is very important.
What advice would you like to give to young entrepreneurs?
Focus, stay focused. That's all I want to say.
Now we will start a rapid round. Your favorite color?
I'll choose blue.
Your favorite destination?
Dubai.
Your favorite car?
BMW.
Success in one line.
Success, impact.
Your favorite brands?
I don't have a favorite brand.
Things in your wish list?
Be Africa's president.
Your dream house?
It should be on a hill, a mountain.
Second choice of career?
I would choose a basketball player.
At last, one line that defines you.
Hard work.
Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you and listening to the live experiences and advices that you have shared on our show. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, God, for having me. It's been a pleasure. It's great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for watching Ghana Mentor, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to get regular updates. Thank you very much.